There are questions the world are yet to answer. Truths buried in time, echoed in tradition, and hidden in the stars. From the rituals of the ancients to the secrets of the atom. From the patterns in nature to the power of thought. Mysteries of life takes you on a journey through the unknown, exploring the mystical, the philosophical, the traditional, and the scientific. What connects them all? What lies beneath the surface of what we know? Join us on Aneke TV as we uncover the secret layers and unlock the unseen. This is Mysteries of Life, where every truth begins with a question.
Good day, viewer. You're welcome to our Aneke TV program, Mysteries of Life. Today in our studio, we have two important persons to help us to look at a particular issue that is becoming a cause of concern among our people, called paganism. But they call it neo-paganism, according to the Bishop of Ezeagu Diocese. His Lordship CBC Onaga. Now, having said that, we have two eminent persons to discuss this matter. First, by my immediate left, we have our brother in his red cap, Maazị Nnemeka Anichukwu, a peace and conflict consultant. Anichukwu, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And next to him, by his own left, we have our brother who is the children's pastor of the Assemblies of God Church, Owani Enugu, Reverend Uche Kalu. Reverend, welcome to the program.
The pleasure is mine, sir.
You know, it's this issue of paganism, particularly neo-paganism. I want to start with you, the pastor. What is neo-paganism? So that, what is paganism first, before we go to the nuances, which we now call neo-paganism? Paganism, what is paganism?
Okay. Paganism, in my definition, is an act of worshipping the God that is not supreme.
Okay.
The God that we attach to our tradition,
Okay.
which we now call traditional religion.
Okay.
So once one oblige himself not to worship the supreme God, you are practicing paganism.
Okay. Once you are not, Anichukwu, he says, once you are not obliging yourself to worshiping the one supreme God, that you are getting yourself involved in what is paganism.
Yeah.
What do you think about what he said?
Paganism, from his own, he's free to air his own view,
Okay.
based on his
Perspective.
professional or religious point of view,
Okay.
because he's a pastor.
Okay.
And once he says anything against Christianity, he's a heresy.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
he's a heresy. So he needs to protect his own side.
Okay.
And he cannot be objective on such issues.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. So, but in true view of what paganism is all about, paganism is just, first of all, is all about a delegatory reference established by the main religions, the so-called main religions of the world. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, whereby they delegatorily label other religions as worshippers of evil God. Then why they are worshiping the righteous God.
Okay.
But in life there is either evil or good,
Okay.
heaven or hell.
Okay.
And in that balance, before the gospel was brought to Africa, even Igbo land, in Igbo cosmology, we have God, and there's only one supreme God. They are not two. They are not two. So somebody saying that those who worship any other God, not under Christianity, even Africa, Igbo cosmology, we believe in is a monotheistic religion, because only one supreme God. Other ones are lesser deities, ancestors that are all intermediary, lesser deities. Then, so what I'm establishing is that the delegatory labeled Africans. Reverend Father Raymond Arazu, very Reverend Father Dr. Raymond Arazu, a scholar, a lecturer, is a great man in the Catholic papacy. He said that Africans, we are not worshipping, our ancestors never, there were no pagans. They are approaching God from African perspective. They are not pagans. So, on that premise, I say, I counter his analogy and conclusion, saying that those who don't worship only under Christianity are pagans. They are not pagans. In fact, let me tell you the truth. The truth is that our ancestors worshipped one and only true God more righteously than we do today under Christianity and Islam.
Why do you say so?
Why I say so is that they are always conscious of what that what is in the Torah is innate in our minds as Africans and Igbos. Or if you go to Nri, the 10 Nri, there are 10 sins that are Lord in Nri. You are a researcher, a professor, go to Nri. If any person who is cleansing of evil is 10, then that 10 is in tandem with the 10 commandments as given by to Moses. But I don't want to go so deep.
Okay.
Because all I'm saying that our ancestors, the priests, not everybody that died is an ancestor. Our ancestors, they worship one and only true God, and there's no two true God, only one God.
Yeah, but let me get back to Reverend Uche, because this is your own premise.
Yes.
Which you have tried to establish. But Reverend Uche has already put forward one dimension to it, which is about that if you are following the African traditional religion, which is what we are saying, that you are a pagan, kind of. And I think there are other dimensions to paganism, as far as Uche is concerned.
Yeah, in discussant, I think we need to create a balance.
Okay.
We don't need to engage our viewers as if they have only one person they listen to.
Okay.
And there should be time balance in our approach.
Okay. Good remark.
And we shouldn't even not necessarily be attacking, but projective, bring out the point from your angle of view. To me, like I said, I didn't mention Christianity in my definition. I said once you don't worship the supreme God is attached, you are into traditional religion, which is purely paganism. Traditional religion is different from culture. Culture is a way of life. Traditional religion is a situation where you come to observe certain spirit and libations, and you do certain sacrifices which goes against the worship of the real righteous and holy God. And so when we talk about paganism, we are standing point clear that it is not the worship of a supreme God. Our ancestors may have worshipped in the ideation that they are worshiping a supreme God when Christianity has not come to play. And we will not take that to judge them. When Christianity came to play, the Word of God declared it openly that God is the creator of heaven and earth. in tandem to the opinion that God is the supreme God that our ancestors do worship. But when Jesus came into the scene, he became the way, the truth, and the life. And he taught us so many things about life itself, which goes different from that tradition that African people used to attach to pagan worship. So paganism entirely is not a worship of the supreme God. It's an idolatry.
Okay, paganism.
Yes.
It's idolatry.
It's idolatry. It's idolatry. Because when you now come up to sacrifice to a God and outside the worship of the true God, you are engaging yourself into idolatrous worship. Sure.
Yeah, this is because that's one dimension to it.
Yes.
When I checked my dictionary, not necessarily online, I saw that paganism, apart from what you have just defined, both of you, but you have just added another dimension.
Yes, sir.
Because idolatry is even if you begin to even idolize yourself,
Good. Yes.
you become an idol.
Exactly.
Yeah. So idolatry is not just about worshiping one god or deity or another small god or deity. Because I looked at it and I found out that what they said there is that a pagan, that's where he was coming from, that a pagan is someone, and he used the word correctly, derogatorily referred to by the Jews for Judaism, by the Christians and Muslims. If you are not among the three, then they will refer to you as a pagan. But then the dictionary went on, the Shepherd Dictionary went on to even define anybody that is involved in pleasure pursuit, which is hedonism. Are you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm coming. Okay. As also
engaging in paganism.
A pagan, because the person is now godless. Like for you, because you are coming from the idea of Christianity.
Yes.
And in the Bible, the man that got so much harvest and said to himself, "My soul, now you have everything that you need."
Okay.
Or the man that forgot the diverse that forgot about the poor man Lazarus, how he also ended. So, but there's a way he just said that paganism is idolatry. I don't know. I'm just putting it so that we get our premises clear.
I think before you engage him back,
yes,
etymologically, we had to just accept before we now diverse the context of the study.
Yes.
That once you are not worshipping the true supreme God, where there is no division of entity, you are a pagan. So you can now from there start going into any area.
No, that's your view now. That is your own view.
That's the view.
No, that's your own view.
That's a view.
No, that's your view. That's not.
It may not be my own alone. It's a view.
No, that is okay. That is a view. You can call it. That is a view.
Good.
That is not his own view. Point.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
So and the viewer is expected to learn from us because we are going into what's happening now. What's happening now is that a lot of young men now come back. Go to the community and then put cloth around trees. That's what we call new paganism. That's why I talked about the disturbance to our bishop, Bishop Kaliso Naga. That now we have this new paganism and people are doing a lot of strange things. And that's why I brought up the other definition of the dictionary. Bringing in this pleasure principle, because if you ask those people the in-depth knowledge of what they are trying to institute or what they are trying to do, they may not be able to explain it. Apart from the fact that maybe they are beginning to get wealth and so on and so on. So that's part of why I said let us bring it in, so that from there we will not enter into what now covers the ordinary persons, because I'm so happy that you are involved in children's ministry. So,
but there is a crucial point he raised.
Yes.
That those who don't worship one true God are pagans.
Supreme God.
Supreme God are pagans. Even if you want to handle him from that, handle his submission from that point of view.
No, you're handling it for the viewer, not him.
Okay. Now, the African traditional religion.
Yes.
Worship only one true supreme God.
You know, we have a problem now. The problem we have is that he's looking at it from pantheism and monotheism.
Oh, okay. If and
that's the angle it's coming from.
But
you know that
smaller
the Christian religion, Judaism,
yes,
Mohammedan religion,
Islam,
you know, they are about monotheism.
Yeah.
Eh? The African traditional religion is more or less about pantheism. That's why the Igbo man, in the Igbo cosmology, an Igbo man creates his own God. I know that he believes in Chukwuka Abiyama, but most of the time we create our God in Igbo land. We create our God, and if that God doesn't work, we use it and cook food and make a new God. So that's the angle it's coming from.
Okay. No, if like I made it might sound so critical,
okay,
but that is truth.
Okay.
If I say that if it comes to idolatry, which he raised,
that's what he said.
Idolatry. Mm-hmm. That even Christians, they're like Christian idolaters.
Yeah.
For instance, in the Holy Catholic Church,
okay,
the Blessed Chapel,
the Blessed
Sacrament,
okay,
the crucifix,
okay,
the scapula,
okay,
the chaplet.
okay.
Okay, for instance, the Blessed Sacrament, or the Madonna,
Madonna,
call it Madonna Shrine.
Okay.
They call it Madonna Shrine.
Okay.
Madonna Shrine is where where gods or other divine beings inhabit.
A shrine, yes.
Yes, they have. And I told people that if you go to Madonna Shrine and place your petition, it works.
I'm listening.
It works. So if true traditionalists, they don't bow down to any image. They never. A true traditionalist in Igbo, I know, will come out in the morning, they issue decrees with faith. They never bow down to any image. They sit down, bring cola, bring the sacramentals, and they issue decrees. And I know more not easy. Igbo gene je Chineke ozi. Na ebe a chọrọ, ya dị otu a, ya dị otu a, ya dị otu a, ya dị otu a. Let it be with faith, and it works for them. So I won't like, if you want to do it in idolatry, I will tell you that Christians even practice that idolatry more than these people who are saying that they are practicing traditionalism. Yes, you are a prof. In research, you don't bend to your church or religion. You come with objectivity, the plain truth.
You are not being objective.
Yeah.
So
because bowing down to an image or bowing down to a god does not necessarily when you come and kneel down. When you make your submission, when you have your opinion, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So whatever is a representative of what you have in mind. And you cannot talk to whom you do not respect.
Okay.
So when someone talks to and this and that, in the heart, he has already submitted to that God. And there is no other way than it is.
So all I'm concluding...
Then when you are now saying that Christians, I don't want to be emphatical about it. I'm not a Catholic, but to be honest with you, different churches have their doctrine and dogma, and the way they relate to their own God. Do you understand? And I cannot conclusively say that everybody is fooling around. Yes, because they still get their solutions and answers.
Good. Then
the question you ask, from which source is it operating from? Now, I am a Pentecostal. Okay, even at that, the cloth we put on, there is a level we reference it, it becomes an idol. So all we are trying to say, going back to our context discussion, paganism, in the ancient time, you cannot in any way rule out idolatry. And you see, they are not sanctity. They are not sanctity as an entity. What do I mean? They are not holy as an entity. Ancient time, remember, they killed twins. How can one claim to be sanctity? How can one claim to be best approach to a supreme God, and then you engage in murdering, killing souls? Today, we have what plate? We have people having 7 children and all this at once, and they emerge great people in life. Those that you have killed as a result of whatever you call it.
That's the belief system.
Yes, fetish. Those African traditional religion then was fetish. And for us to engage back to it, we are engaging into fetish and paganism, and it is still the same idolatry. Where has it taken us to? And where do you think it will take us to? Christianity still remains the light.
No.
I don't want to go into. The point is making.
No.
The point is making. Wait. The point is making is about idolatry. But I don't. This work is not about idolatry. Our discussion is not about idolatry. Our discussion is about paganism, particularly because the young ones now are going back into what we now call neo-paganism, and we want to address this issue because it's not like that's. It's not a religion. It's a religion. It's not like. That they are pagans. No. It's not about whether they are pagans or not. It's about what revolution has brought up now. What it has brought up is this. This practice that our people are now going back to. How far does it liberate people?
Humanity, yes.
Even though I may not go along the people who think that Africans, who think that Africans were backward. Because if you go back to your New Testament, you will see that the Ethiopian eunuch came to Jerusalem as part of the worship of one God under Judaism before the time of the Pentecost and before he met Philip and so on and so on and so on. They were all in Africa. So Africans did not wait for this. Yeah, there were bad times, like you mentioned, when people took to killing twins, and all those.
Even Christians committed their own atrocities and evils. And it's truth.
We are not talking of the days of. We are not talking of days of darkness. We are talking of how do we bring our people out of the wrong practice. I think we take our time. We come back and then find out what to do. What are we going to do? Because the public needs to know what to do, so that the young ones do not get consumed in what they do not understand.
There are questions the world are yet to answer. Truths buried in time, echoed in tradition, and hidden in the stars. From the rituals of the ancients to the secrets of the atom. From the patterns in nature to the power of thought. Mysteries of life takes you on a journey through the unknown, exploring the mystical, the philosophical, the traditional, and the scientific. What connects them all? What lies beneath the surface of what we know? Join us on Aneke TV as we uncover the secret layers and unlock the unseen. This is Mysteries of Life, where every truth begins with a question.
Yeah, welcome back, viewer. We thank our brothers, Reverend Uche and Maase Anichukwu. We have been looking at this issue of paganism because we want to get to a current situation. A few weeks ago, the government of Anambra State, got into a big drama with the Ezeagu and the Ezeagu and the Ezeagu. And then even in Enugu State, the story, I wasn't there, but I heard about the story of how the governor, our own barrister, Peter Ndubisimba, invited all the Ezeagu and then asked them a question, whether any of them could tell him why he invited them. And because nobody did that, then he asked them to pay for whatever I wasn't there, but I'm trying to say, part of what we had, And we want to use it to now come back to both of you. I want to start with you, because this issue of, everybody's now coming up with this, neo-paganism. Everybody's trying to now go back to, everybody's talking of, is it what they call cultural nationalism, and so on and so on. I don't know whether it's a spiritual thing, I don't know what is going on, but this issue of Ezeagu and Ezeagu and Ezeagu, because that's what is this. I don't know. Is it what we call paganism? Is that what you see as paganism? If that's anything like that, because you already defined that that adherents of African religion
True worshippers of Almighty God.
Eh?
True worshippers.
So this young boy, what are you calling them?
The truth is that bad governance in Africa has truncated a lot of things.
Okay.
Frustrations everywhere. In Igbo cosmology, whatever you achieve does not give you, you cannot get it. And whenever you get it, through Ogo, you will pay dearly for it. Because Ogo, most of these are practicing dangerous ritualism, dangerous occultism, contrary to the wishes, the prayers or the wishes of the holy deities and ancestors of Africa. There is economic quagmire everywhere. And the worst in it all, the Christian podium declare that once you accept Jesus Christ as personal Lord and Savior, everything becomes well for you. But that's lies, falsehood. It's when you accept Jesus Christ that persecution starts. Because Christ lives and teaches golden rule. Do unto others as wish others do unto you. And once you accept Jesus Christ, you stand against falsehood, lies, cheating, profiteering, all these things that make people to become overnight billionaires. You go against it. In your community, you speak the truth. So then they portray the gospel in a way that once you accept Jesus Christ, things start moving well for you. As a graduate, you get job, you marry a billionaire, and so on. So when all these promises were not fulfilled, all the promises given to them on the pulpits of the Christianity were not fulfilled, they turned now to seek it from elsewhere that is not even from the pure African cultural perspective. That's why you see all this proliferation of shrines everywhere. They import foreign occultism. They say no true African deity or holy ancestor will ask you to bring the head of your mother or breast or private parts.
I want to take it from there because
Yes.
I want to go back to the pastor, Reverend Uche. You see, you hear what he's saying. You know, what explains what is going on now, what the young ones are doing. How would you explain it? Because he has put his own that it's economic quagmire that is causing it, and then blaming also Christians.
Pulpits, promising them heaven.
I'm saying what you said, blaming Christians for what is going on.
You see, when one gives his life or her life to Jesus Christ, the message is not that everything will be all right. Whoever preaches that way probably seemingly is still growing in the Lord.
That's what they call prosperity Christianity.
And such person may not have attained a level of maturity in the Christian faith. And if somebody goes by that, the judgment will be that it is being preached. In Christian faith, you grow according to the experience as you walk with God. Do you understand? God does not promise us a risk-free life or risk-free journey. He promises us safe landing and his guide. His word is the guide. He says, forever, O Lord, your word is settled in heaven. He says, this word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Meaning, step by step, the word of God guides you. And in long range, the word of God grants you counsel. So when you don't have that word of God, you may deviate into believing everything will be all right as soon as you enter into the law. It's not an occultic society, right? Then when we come to why people engage into it, from beginning, sorcery, witches and wizard has already been there. The witch and the wizard are the Ezeagu and the Ezeagu. The issue is that end time prophecy, iniquity will abound. The increasing evil in the land on earth multiplies every vices. And you cannot imagine there are unthinkable things that, will not be done, and it is being done. All in the quest of what? Getting wealth. Okay? And in accordance to the word of God, that the end, perilous time will come. when people will begin to sell their parents and all those, sell their children in the quest to make money. Okay? Now, we are just as a person. It may be subjective, it may be objective. If you are practicing African religion and the enclave of the supreme God, the fear of the Lord, that is the beginning of all wisdom. Wisdom is life, it's not in you. You will deviate into idolatry. That is why it is pure paganism to do all those libation, and there is no way you can modernize it. There is no way you can refurbish it and say, I also carry my Bible, I go to church and this and that. You must stand for God and be for God. You cannot just be doing all these things, carry cola and be doing and this, go to a place. There is a place I pastored.
So what is the problem with breaking cola?
No, I said these are normal. That one is Igbo culture.
Yes.
You use cola as
food. You mentioned libation and you mentioned cola.
Yes.
So I got interested in that.
Don't be a kind of surprise that there are different colas that people use in African religion.
No, there's something you said. You mentioned sorcery.
That's what
I'm saying. I understand that. You mentioned occultism.
Yes.
I understand that.
Yes.
But now when you now went into this cola, because it's like
when you start a conversation in Igbo land, you use cola to open the discussion.
Yes.
Then when you enter into African religion, that libation of a thing, people go for cola that has 4 parts. You forget?
5.
Only for Nkwo Eke.
Yes.
People will look for a cola that have 7 parts. People look for cola that does not have part at all. They are sealed. So this is what we talk about traditional religion. They use it for different kinds of libation. And in that case, you are not ascribing whatever result you derive to the Almighty Supreme.
The problem I have with that, with you, I understand the explanation.
Okay.
But I have a problem with it because if the viewer hears that, and I like the way you move, you moved into what you call sorcery. You talked about sorcery.
I do.
If people do sorcery, that is against a number of things because you are now throwing up energies that might end up creating confusion. In a town, there's a town.
That is there's a wine and there's a worker practices.
There's a town. Nature abhors vacuum. Okay. In a town very close to this place, a man lost his employee. He didn't get a job, so he got 3 stones, and said, "If you do things for me, I will always make sure that you are happy." And things are going well for him.
Okay.
Then one time after some time, the oracle demanded, he was giving ram and fowls and all those things. And it was working. Then from fowl to goat to
advancement.
Ram, then one day the oracle demanded
human
sacrifice. I'm coming. Because the man that told me that, may he rest in peace, VC Kechipi, he told us that story. So, but the community had to come together because it was in his own town. I just mentioned, I don't want to call the town, but I've called the name of the man who told me this story, 1990. So, the whole town came together and destroyed the shrine.
Good.
We have a shrine, we have oracle. And these are energies. I understand some of those things. But the issue is this. Now that we are looking at this paganism, particularly neo-paganism, and the young men are doing this. And because when you talk of, we know we have cola, we have good usage of cola, just like good use of palm wine. We have the other side, the evil usage of all those things.
Yes.
Like this, our biro could be used to write and give life. You can also use it to kill somebody.
Exactly.
To stab somebody.
Exactly.
And kill a person.
Exactly.
Or to blind somebody.
Or to write derogatory this.
Yes.
And so on and so on.
Yes.
So it depends on the usage. But we are now looking at Africa, and we are now looking at our own people. We are looking at what the young men are doing now.
Yes.
And we are trying to see why did they do this. He has tried to explain part of it. You have also tried to explain part of it by looking at the negative energies that people may throw up. But how do we save our people? Because the government of Anambra State, they have come with their own view. But then I started hearing a part, I don't know whether it is true, I don't know whether it's not true, that they said that they are not against all the DBS. So I had that kind of stuff. I don't know whether it is true. I don't know if it's not true, let it follow those who said it. Then in Enugu State also, we also have our own, because I think the governor said If it's business, come and join and pay my business premises. That's what I had. I don't know.
Registration, regulating spiritual practices.
To regulate them. It's important. So, having said that, what do you do with our young ones who are not getting into this? How do we help them? I'm happy that you're in the children's ministry, but maybe we'll start with you first. What do we do? How do we get the young men to watch it? Because I got confused about that's why I asked about the kola nut issue, because for the people, the kola nut is part of our own practice.
It's a very clean culture. Very clean culture. Very clean Holy Ghost.
Of course, I wasn't condemning
the
use of kola nut, okay? But I am just trying to emphasize the negative attachment to it.
Usage.
Do you understand?
Of kola nut.
Yes. So that is just my point.
Fine.
I'm not condemning the use of kola nut.
Libation is not an Igbo word. Libation is not an African word. Libation is an English word. And those who watched the burial of Queen Elizabeth II must have seen a lot of things.
Okay.
Those who watched the burial of Queen Elizabeth must have seen so many things. Because culture is culture. And the spiritual, there's spirituality and spiritism.
Exactly.
I don't know what that one, how we're going to put it.
Spiritism is your negative side.
Spirituality and spiritism. And I like what you use, sorcery and witchcraft. And all those energies that people cast around. But for the young ones, do you think that they know what they are trying to do?
Well, actually, that's why I said that the government should look around for people like you based on your learning, who have established a board that will reorientation of values. We need to give them reorientation, the young ones. Rushing to the deities and ancestors to give you money or wealth. No clean deity or ancestor will give you quick wealth. Because you don't have what it means. The ancestors and deities bless you according to the time of your life. Even in the Bible, it said, I will answer Sarah. Abraham, I will answer you for childbirth. At the time, it will come at the time of your life. Whatever does not come at that time of your life as a sign divine ordained, will bring curse unto you. So these people, young ones who are drifting into this new paganism and this, they don't know what they're doing. Because go and learn work. Have sound education. Learn work. Diligence. Be dutiful. Pay attention to what you are doing. Have time. Patience. Perseverance. Then, there is difference between charm and some clean or decent ritualism.
Practice.
Yes.
Practice. Charm
is commanding nature, going against the will of God. Because if you call Satan devil, he'll answer you.
That's what they call enchantment.
So now these young men are bringing foreign occultic powers. I call it evil occult collegiate. They are bringing it into this place to manipulate nature against the will of their chi. In the cosmology, that's what we call chi, or guardian angel in the Christian faith, Catholic Church. So whatever you get in life, the young ones, you are hearing me. Whatever you get in life that your chi does not give you will bring a curse on you.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
So, are you hearing him? So, what do you have to add to that?
I think the Bible made us to understand if we train up a child in the way he should go, when that child grows up, he will not depart from it.
Okay.
We neglect the important, the value of starting early. And we want to start when...
Yeah, but we go to nursery school, we go to pre-nursery school,
yeah,
we go to primary school,
that is what I'm emphasizing.
We go to secondary
that
school,
is what I'm saying.
We go to university.
Going to nursery is not what is more important. It is the value you attach in that nursery.
Okay.
When a child is left to grow the way he wants to grow, when a child is left to grow without monitoring, without checking, the parent give the child free hand to do everything, there's a time that child will grow to. It will be difficult, extremely difficult, to bring that child back to table.
So are you going back to what you said about the economy?
Well, economy...
Because now, we were lucky. I don't know about you. I was born in the 60s. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
I don't know about you. I don't want to go into that. But what I'm trying to say is that we had mothers who were housewives.
Okay.
Okay. Today we don't have housewives any longer.
Okay.
So how do you handle it?
Yes, the best is the fear of God. If we are able to inculcate the fear of God into a child.
How do you inculcate it in the child without having the mother on the ground?
Of course, the child also grow by what he sees. If he sees the life of the parent as sound, worthy to emulate, that child will learn to live on that moral. But if the parents the type that will say another thing and will do another thing, it's a different message altogether.
The child is finished.
Yes.
It's true.
So the economy also now, some parents are eager. Let my child succeed. Let my child make it. The parent is not interested in what the child does, whether the child is going to come back demanding his head or her head.
Exactly.
Let him be like your contemporary. And when once that competitiveness is there on the market, every child goes to the field.
You know, maybe I'll come back to you like this. You know, one man died in my community, and I was trying to find out why the man died. And they said that the son came and did one of those practices.
Okay.
And the man was there.
Okay.
And the man wasn't supposed to allow it to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
So when the child finished that, the man died.
Okay. Not knowing that the practice was in his advantage and
Because he was happy.
disadvantage.
No, he was, you know, like, what I did my service in the West, 1985. So I used to hear, is it all today? Yeah? It has come, he has arrived.
Okay.
When we say he has arrived, you know, immediately come back. But when we after the war, immediately after the war, people are not saying that he has arrived. If you come back with 10 kobo, your parents must ask you first,
Good.
where do you get this from? Those questions. I don't know what happened. I know what happened to them as a pastor. What happened to those questions?
I really want to suggest
Okay.
that the government, though they will not do everything for the masses, it is important that the government do a leverage on the weight on parents.
Okay.
It is important that every good governance will look at health care,
Beautiful.
academics, education,
Good.
road, water, electricity. These are not political issues.
Good.
They are social amenities. When you praise people that they did it, I try to laugh. What else would they have done if not that? So when it is placed on board, it will lessen the burden of parents. They will not push their children beyond limits, and their children will be able to discover their potential, their God-given calling into what they, and the society will be okay.
You know, there's something that you just said, you know, because this vulnerability is important. Vulnerability is crucial here.
Yes.
You made a point. You know, when we were growing, I went to St. Bridget here, Asata.
Okay.
Even though I started from my village after the war. I was born in the north. Then I came to my village at Mbo. Then I did my elementary 1 there. Then I did elementary 2 at Abwani, St. John Abwani.
Okay.
Then I did my elementary 3 and the rest at
Yeah.
St. Bridget.
Okay.
And then went to CIC. Now, we were lucky because our parents followed us.
Okay.
And they tried to do some of those things that you just mentioned. And tried to make sure that they impacted some of those values
Exactly.
upon us.
Exactly.
You know, we are lucky to have our mothers on the ground. You know, but now the mother is in the office. And the child is left to who?
To the care of anyone.
Not to the care of anyone. And then you are bringing somebody that doesn't even understand. And then there's a point you made again about little children. You know, we were meant to be in debate society. We had the local governments organized inter-house, organized inter-sports. We grew from this to greater tomorrow to this to that to that to that.
Inter-school
the children
debate.
were kept very,
debates.
very busy.
Yes.
Today, the private schools, do you have a private school that's international school without even a playing field? There is no field.
Well, you are right. That is a secondary matter.
No, it's part of it now. We
It's
are
a
trying to
secondary
break the
matter.
ground.
The primary matter for me is the value.
No, I'm
The
talking
value.
about no.
Do you know, sir?
You create the conditions for the value.
Yes. Do you know, sir?
Yes.
People today only dwell on self-centeredness. Before, if you see somebody's child going astray, you will call that
No,
child back.
if you call the
But
child
today-
back now, if you call the child back now, the mother will ask you,
Fight
have
you.
you finished training
She
your
will
own?
fight you.
Today, everybody focuses on his own
Do you know that
child.
people
And-
call police for teachers?
Yeah, of course. What I'm trying to drive at is that parents, do not want the best to come out from their children. Rather, they want to buy the best for their children.
Okay, now because we are going to close with this comment. You know, our people used to have Mora.
Yes,
a name.
before now.
Makana nwa bụ nwa ọra.
Today is now Ikenna.
Thank you. That is the problem. Nwa bụ nwa ọra. Eh?
Yeah.
Peter Mba. Or the community where.
Yeah.
Eh? The community where Peter.
Yes.
No, but he is now Ikenna. If he becomes Ikenna, it is just to the stomach, to the afon here. And that is what we want to look at. We want to look at everything holistically. We want to look at the structures of the community to get these children properly nurtured. Because now that Donald Trump called African leaders, and they were all standing up around him, and he was the only one sitting down. And it didn't look embarrassing to them. We were lucky that our president didn't equally go. So now, I mean, we have to be looking at all these things because, like he mentioned, have we looked at the material conditions? Like you mentioned, this health and all those things.
Yes.
These are hidden costs.
Yes.
The hidden cost of maintenance of a child.
Yes.
Nobody's taking care of them.
Nobody.
Do you know enough when the child goes through malaria, only malaria? Do you know how much money that the parents will get for only malaria?
Oh God.
Do you know that the child is supposed to take egg every day? Every child is entitled to an egg every day.
Daily.
Everybody, not just the children, but at least it's a must for a child to have an egg. Do you know the cost of...
Has he been guaranteed 2 square meals?
No, these are the issues which we are going to be looking at. So, viewer, even if we continue discussing this next time, it will still be there. We want to get our people to understand that neo-paganism may look interesting for those who are involved, but people are now bringing, what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. What did they call it? He said that he sent sulfur and fire, brimstone upon them. We do not want that to happen to our people. We want our people to live good lives. We must worship our God in whichever way we think best. But we are Christians. Everybody, both myself and my brother Uche, we are Christians.
Everybody will not be a Christian.
My brother
and Christianity is not the only way to God.
My brother Anichukwu is also a worshipper of the one true God.
Anichukwu is also a Christian.
I'm a practical Christian, not a theoretical Christian. Practical Christian.
So, we want to thank God for you, brother Uche. We want to thank God for our brother Anichukwu.
Thank you, sir.
We hope that God will protect us. So by the next time we come, we'll pick up another topic that is going to help our people because we want our people to equally be part of the globalizing world, but not to be used as the periphery of that globalizing world. I think with that I can say thank you and hoping the best until we meet next time.
Thank you.
There are questions the world are yet to answer. Truths buried in time, echoed in tradition, and hidden in the stars. From the rituals of the ancients to the secrets of the atom, from the patterns in nature to the power of thought, Mysteries of Life takes you on a journey through the unknown, exploring the mystical, the philosophical, the traditional, and the scientific. What connects them all? What lies beneath the surface of what we know? Join us on Aneke TV as we uncover the secret layers and unlock the unseen. This is Mysteries of Life, where every truth begins with a question.